Richard, this was a non-manual speech, 5 to 7 minutes, and your goal, when we talked last night and this morning, was basically to say you just wanted to cover the basics and you wanted it to be a little inspirational and to sort of stick the landing and have a strong conclusion. And I was really sitting back and reflecting on your speech, and overall, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. And I feel like we see a lot of different speeches here. We see highly dynamic, loud speeches, high humor, and then some are sort of softer spoken and a little bit more comfortable. And I'd say that this was one where I felt like you started off, and your pacing is something I want to talk about, is it was fairly slow, but I actually like that. I like that you opened up and you kind of started to tell us a little bit about your vacation story, sort of set context and scene rather than just jumping right in. So some speeches, they get going, and all of a sudden we're going 60 miles an hour, and it's just boom, 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 boom. And there's such an economy of time within that it feels rushed and it's hard to relax. This was nice, smooth, easy, and your goal was to be reflective and to be contemplative. And I feel like that you sort of set the stage for that really well with the pacing of this and very good descriptive language. And then when you finally got to the point, it had heart and meaning. So this wasn't, your crazy backpacking, your vacation with honey whiskey. It was essentially, let's talk about the experiences, let's talk about the meaning and the people that you meet and engage with around this whole setting. And then what that does in terms of heart and the people that you meet, how they are contributing back. And so I think that was great, because you again started off with more of like the experience, but then quickly pivoted to the heart and the meaning of what you were getting out of this thing. And you took us on this journey, and it was nice and smooth. The basics and the mechanics of everything we could talk about, but you basically had that very well under control, confident, poised, you delivered well. You were soft-spoken at times, but I think for this one, that was effective. And your goal here was, again, for us to be inspired in some way or to think. And your technique to do that in the conclusion was to just load us up with a series of questions. Just give us questions and space to sort of sit and think about that. So no conclusions. You didn't try to tell us, it wasn't preachy. It was just think about these things. And so as a speech, I really enjoyed it. I felt, again, that it was a nice mix and blend for, again, we'll see in a spectrum of speeches here. This was more of the slow, contemplative, reflective variety versus loud and boisterous, whatever. So again, in terms of your execution, I think you picked the right approach. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.